What's going on? What's going on to all my embracers? Tonight's going to be a good one. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be said back and forth that are maybe awkward, maybe uncomfortable, and may not be so politically correct. But again, this channel is about having those uncomfortable conversations, those necessary conversations, because people feel that things don't need to be addressed, and they absolutely do. So with that being said, let me do some administrative work. I know a lot of my embracers have been noticing that I've been having a lot of lives with different channels and content creators, and that's intentional. That is for several purposes. And please, I want to give a shout out to all my content creators that have rocking with me. I rock those who rock with me. I don't chase, I don't beg, because my name is Grace. I just replace. You know, but if you stay rocking with me, I'm going to rock with you. I just want to give a shout out to my JVJ Network fam, my Soap and Intellectual family. I want to give a shout out to Smitty's Corner, and I want to give a shout out to my new family, Black Man Unfiltered. He has totally embraced me, and all the other great content creators over there. I just want to say thank you. Keep rocking with me. It's only going to get better. Okay, y'all been flying this plane with me while I've been building it. It's been soul plane up in here, but we will be getting it together as time comes and taking it to the next level. I just really want to give a shout out, and to all my day one embracers, to all my new embracers. I mean, this channel really is about learning. It's about bettering ourselves. It's about becoming better versions of ourselves. We're not always going to agree. We're not always going to like what we hear. But again, it's necessary. Dialogue is necessary. Communication is necessary. And I do want to put a disclaimer out there, because, you know, there's so many people out here in these YouTube saying, you know, a lot of content creators are not qualified to talk about things. You know what? And that may be the case in some cases. Yes, I don't have a degree in psychology. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a licensed psychiatrist. But you know what I am? I'm an expert in life. I'm an expert in my own experiences. And if I can tell somebody my experience and help somebody and help them become a better version of themselves, then I've done my job. I've fulfilled my purpose, because my purpose is to help. Of course, it takes a lot of time, energy, research, organizing, equipment. It takes a lot to make this happen behind the scenes. And whoever's a content creator, y'all know. So yeah, we out here asking for donations, asking to support the channel, and that's only natural. You pay to go to the movies, don't you? You pay to stream. You pay for Netflix. So why wouldn't you support the content creators that you watch and spend so much hours and time with us and sending me emails and texts and just going back and forth? So make sure you support your content creators. Don't forget to press the like button upon your arrival. Very, very important. And of course, feel free to share this live. Feel free to subscribe, and definitely donate to the channel. So with that being said, you know, let me put the link in the chat. Give me one moment. You're welcome to come up. I don't require you to cam up. I do require you to cam up so I can see you and make sure you're not a troll or you're doing anything inappropriate. But once I'm comfortable with it, I'll let you up. But just know that I have moderators, and they're on their job. Do not disrespect. It's me, the host of the show. Do not disrespect my co-hosts of the show and any other panelists on the show. We are adults. We can use intellectual words to express our thoughts. Please minimize the cursing. I know sometimes it's necessary to get your point across, but every other word does not have to be a curse word. No bueno. I'm trying to build a brand, and I never know who's watching, so I really want to keep it graceful and classy. But sometimes it does get out of hand, and that's okay too, as long as we all willing to bring it back. So with that being said, let's get started. Let me tell you what came about with this topic. This topic came about because I did a poll. What are things that make a woman unattractive? I still haven't did a show on that, but I was gathering all the intels, all the answers, and one of the top 3 things, I won't tell you what 1, 2, or 3 is, but this was one of the top 3 things, is personal hygiene. And I'm bringing up the fact that men brought this up a lot due to the fact that is important. That's major. It really is, especially if you're trying to attain a relationship, retain a relationship. Personal hygiene and good grooming habits is important to people. So, because we were talking about realistic New Year's resolutions, this had to be talked about. This had to be brought up. I hear a lot of my lady embracers complain, and like I said, it's gonna get steamy in here, and I'm gonna keep it G, because I'm trying to get everybody to do better, be better, and feel better. But at the end of the day, a lot of men are complaining about women's personal hygiene, and a lot of women are complaining they're not receiving enough oral. I mean, 2 + 2. I mean, the math is mathing up. If you're having issues with your personal hygiene, why would you expect to receive oral? I mean, they go hand in hand, ladies and gentlemen, and you cannot get upset with somebody if, they pull back. And trust me, I did my research, and I understand that we all go through medical situations, medications that we take, hormonal changes with menopause. I mean, all of this is taken into consideration. I try not to miss a beat. And if I do miss a beat, that's why I have you guys, my embracers, my panelists, my mods, the chat group. We all going to put it together piece by piece as a puzzle. So again, I'm going to end out the month of January. I mean, this is a New Year's resolution that should really just it should be, what's understood shouldn't be explained. But the thing that I realize is that not everybody was raised the same way. Not everybody was taught things the same way. So a lot of us have expectations of certain people and expect certain things of people when legitimately some people may not know. Some. I think most are full of shit, but I think some people genuinely do not know. Like, one of my biggest things is why do people not believe in this simple thing called a washcloth? I mean, we this is not hard to understand. They make washcloths, they make hand towels, and then they make body towels. And it seems to me like some people may not know what the purpose of a washcloth is. And by the end of tonight's show, we are definitely going to learn what the purpose of a washcloth is. And I'm talking to everybody. I'm not just keying in on one gender. I'm not just keying in on one race. I'm not keying in. I'm talking about everybody across the board. Some more than others, absolutely. But what is it about this washcloth that people may not know about? See, it's not big. It's big enough to hold in your hand, male or female. But I've come to realize that a lot of people don't know about that. Another thing is soap. It goes hand in hand with having good personal hygiene. You must use soap. I go through 3 rounds. My first round is antibacterial soap. And I know, I did the research today, and a lot of research said out there that women are not supposed to use soap. Use a mild soap. They're not supposed to use deodorants. They're not supposed to douche. They're not supposed to do that. You know what? To each his own. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not in the medical field. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just putting this on the table, and it's up to you to pick it up. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if this is something that you can use, you can apply, you know how to filter out the BS, and you know how to pick up what's important and what you can apply into your life. So we take the washcloth, and it goes hand in hand with the soap, because I can't understand how some people use their hands. They use soap, but they use their hands and use the soap to bathe. And then you expect other family members to come behind you and use that soap. That's not even sanitary, unless everybody has their own bar of soap. And that doesn't make sense, because what can stop all that is, again, the almighty washcloth. So what we do is you take the soap, and I'm gonna even open it. It's a brand new one. Shout out to Dial. I'll give you a plug. They have antibacterial is always best. And so I know I feel weird doing this, but again, it's necessary. You take this, and you combine them, and you soap it up real good, and you do your thing. And we're going to get a little bit deeper into it, but I figured that I should bring some stuff up. And then there's something else that's important. These are important because we're too grown to be walking around with skid marks in our underwear. We're too grown to be walking around with shit in our ass. I mean, we really are. It may be funny, and I could hear some people laughing right now because I'm trying not to laugh. But this is some real shit I'm trying to put down to you guys. Wipes. I don't go anywhere without these. When I'm on vacation, I keep one in my purse, in the house. This is vital. It minimizes lint balls of toilet paper in your ass. It makes you feel cleaner. It picks up everything that it's supposed to pick up. Can it get expensive? Absolutely. But what would be worse of you undressing in the middle of a hot, passionate session and they see tread marks on your underwears? Ew. Where they do that at? So yeah. And then you know what, ladies? Again, to each his own. You can always ask your doctor about things. But they also have deodorant for the vagina. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know they say you're not, but it's non-irritating, toxic-free, and neutralizes odor. So it's like there really is, unless you're going through something medical or with medication or hormonal changes, but there really is no excuse. And I'm not just keying in to my ladies. Y'all men got some work to do. Y'all got to take the same concept that I'm telling y'all: washcloth, soap, and y'all got to get into the nooks and crannies. Y'all got to wash those bolas. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you are a man that enjoys receiving oral, you got to make it appeasing for your partner. You got to make it inviting, and vice versa to the women. I'm talking to everybody right now. I'm not keying in on one gender, one race, nothing. Again, if it applies, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. If you can learn a couple things tonight, then by all means, embrace it. And then, and you men, there's nothing wrong with y'all using this too. And then what I also realize is that as parents, do we really take the time to teach our children about personal hygiene? Do we really take the time to teach our boys and girls good grooming habits? Because that all starts at the home. And I get it, teenagers are hard because their bodies are changing. The smells that come out of y'all room sometimes, it's mind-boggling. But you got to stay on it, because all it takes is one person to roast them and they can be traumatized. And why does it take for them to get roasted for change to happen? So that's what we're talking about tonight. The importance of good personal hygiene. So with that being said, let's talk about what personal hygiene is. Because in this show, we don't just sit up here and talk our shit. I actually do my research. I write everything down. I write my thoughts that I want to relay to you guys. It's a well thought out, organized show that I try to give to you guys in my embracers. I try to look exactly how my profile picture looks, so you guys are not, do I have my bad days? Absolutely. Maybe that's sometimes when you see me on other panels and I'm not cammed up. I don't want to miss the show just because I'm not dolled up, but I'll be there. So with that being said, let's get it in. Personal hygiene refers to maintaining the body's cleanliness. Hygiene activities can be grouped in the following groups: home and everyday hygiene. It could be personal hygiene, medical hygiene, sleep hygiene, and food hygiene. But we are going to key in tonight into the personal hygiene. Good personal hygiene is about keeping your body clean inside and out. It's crazy to me that a lot of us spend so much money on our outer, the hair, the eyelashes, the makeup, the nails, the pedicures, the outfits, the shoes, the purses. For my guys, the haircuts, the grooming, the outfits, the Jordans. We do all of that, but then we stink. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. You see a beautiful girl, she well put together, but she got some body odor coming through. You got a guy all crisp, smelling good, looking good, but he got bad breath. It just doesn't matter. It just anything, no matter how much money you got or how well put together you are, that dragon breath seep out, a person is more concentrated on that bad breath than they are on what you have to say, and they're praying that you stop talking. I'll say it. A lot of people have been wanting to tell their homies or their homegirls that they breath stank, but they don't have the heart because they don't want to hurt their feelings. What you're doing is more of a disservice to them because you're allowing them to go out in the world like that. And if you say that you're their friend, then as a friend, I would appreciate for my friend to tell me, yo, you gotta go handle that. And we need to help each other. I can tell you stories about when I used to be a manager and fast food restaurant for years and years, and I was always the one that had to go talk to the person that was not up to par with their personal hygiene. I mean, the first thing I would bring up,
I'm so sorry I'm late. You know I'm right here, twin. Forgive me. I had to take care of business.
It happens, Smitty. It's okay. It's okay.
I like to be consistent. That's just my own personal thing with myself. You know?
Where's your picture? You have no picture on your thing. What's going on?
What the hell?
You see
Hold
that?
on, let me go out and come back. How do I fix it?
You got to click on your profile and then just add a picture.
Oh. I'm learning new stuff every day.
I know, right? So
I'm right here, Gracie.
Okay. So with that being said, it was kind of easy for me because I was the manager. I didn't accept somebody to come in with a dirty uniform. I didn't accept anybody coming in with a wrinkled uniform. And I didn't accept body odor. We're around customers. You're around co-workers. You're around food. So, and you know what? You don't know everybody's situation. It is a very sensitive topic, and you can't just come at somebody, rah, 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 rah. You got to sit down and find out what's going on. You know, at some occasions, I found out that they don't have a wash and dryer at their house, and they have to do laundry at a laundromat, and they just cannot have the time or the means to go wash every day. So that was an easy solution. Give them a couple more shirts. Boom, right there. So hold on 1 second. Smitty's back
I'm still learning.
Okay. Yeah, babe.
I hit settings.
Hold on. Let me see. If you hit the picture with the 3 dots.
Got you.
It says edit name. Okay, no, that's not there. Edit audio and avatar. You see that?
Okay. Boom.
And then you have to have a picture ready to put on there. I think. I mean, let me see. I don't know. It's been so long since I added that. I do have to change the picture though. So not only would I go as far as sitting down and talking to them, and I said, but are you good? And I sometimes will get together with the other employees, get some money together, and buy them a care package and everything that they need. And guess what I used to put in that care package? Soap, washcloths, wipes, deodorant, lotion, anything to help solve the situation, because it's necessary. You don't want to be around people that smell. You don't want to be around people that are not presentable. And you guys already know, who stayed here and watched, you're addressed on how you dress. Trust me, it's a representation of me. It's a representation of my restaurant, my employees, your relationship, how you were raised. And again, I understand, and let me reiterate this, because, you know, people are going to come at me later. Well, you don't know what that person's going through, and woo, 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 woo. They may be on medication. I get all that. that's even more of a reason to stay on top of it. And you know what? I also realized that when people are depressed and having mental issues and anxiety, one of the first things to go is their personal hygiene. That's why you have to mentally check in with people. If you know that you're used to seeing Grace a certain way, and all of a sudden things are declining, it's time to ask questions. Yo, you good? What's going on with you? Again, communication amongst us. It's not only among couples, it's among friendships, it's among co-workers, it's among family. All of that. Okay? So again, good personal hygiene is about keeping your body clean in and out. Okay? Personal hygiene is a set of practices performed to preserve health. Give me just a second. To preserve health. According to the World Health Organization, hygiene refers to conditions and practices that help maintain health and prevent the spread of diseases. That's another thing. Besides the body odor, good personal hygiene helps prevent the spread of diseases among yourself and others. Personal hygiene refers to maintaining the body's cleanliness. Hygiene is the practice of keeping yourself and surroundings clean, especially in order to prevent illness or the spread of disease. Be extra careful with personal hygiene. So it's much bigger than just not smelling right or body odor. It's mental health, and it's about maintaining a germ-free and preventing diseases that you can get yourself or you can share amongst others. I spoke to an emergency room nurse, and I asked a lot of questions. I was asking her, how is everything at the hospital? What's going on? And she admitted that the hospital is getting filled up again. And I asked her, what is the one thing that we as public personnel can do?
Gracie, we're rocking out with the M. This shit is too confusing. Somehow or another, I logged into M3's StreamYard. I don't know what's going on. We're going with the M.
Okay. So with that being said, she told me the number one thing that we can do as a general public is to wash our hands frequently. Even if you're in the house all day, it doesn't matter, because we're constantly touching our face, we're constantly touching our noses, our lips, we're touching door handles, we're touching our pets, we're just touching everything. Then we turn around and we have to cook, we have to touch our babies. So if you don't do nothing else, even while you're home, guys, wash your hands. Wash your hands with antibacterial soap. Keep sanitizer around the house. It mind-boggled me when I saw the anxiety and the stress that we went through 3 years ago with the Clorox wipes and the sanitizer. I mean, to me, it surprised me, because that's a norm in my household. We have sanitizer, we have Clorox wipes. That was something, paper towels and toilet paper. That was always something that was always in the house. So Smitty, I'm talking tonight about the importance of good personal hygiene. And the reason why this topic came about is when I did a poll and asked the men what makes a woman unattractive, one of the top 3 things was personal hygiene. So what does that mean to you? What does personal hygiene mean to you? Good personal hygiene mean to you?
Okay. Can you hear me clear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm gonna cam up in a second. I'm just, getting out the coach.
Sure.
Personal hygiene, Grace. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's a law. That's a non-negotiable. Thank you for turning that music down. You caught me.
Yeah, it was kind of loud.
That's a non-negotiable, Gracie. Now
that's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker for you.
100%. Plus, you have to remember, my father is a chef, right? And I'm a chef. I work in kitchens. Like in my life, that's a huge, huge aspect. We do not play with hygiene. And when it comes to the women, I will say this. I gotta get this daggone thing. 1 second, Grace, because this is loud. Oh, it's a reset. Oh, shit. There we go. So, when it comes to women with hygiene, Gracie, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If one thing really ruffles Smitty's feathers, is a woman with bad breath. I cannot stand. Now, listen, I don't like anybody in my face with bad breath, but it's just something about a woman having it. It's like emphasized. It's like exacerbated. It's highlighted. It just stands out more because being an 80s baby, you might want to mute Gracie. Here, Echo. Being an 80s baby, I was always under the impression women are like flowers. Women are always supposed to maintain a pretty fragrance. They're all you guys are always supposed to keep that up. You remember back in the day, whenever say a sister was talking about a brother or a mom, what would they say? You smell like the boys' locker room. Well, guess what, Gracie? Now niggas smell like the ladies' bathroom. Now, speaking of that, working in restaurants, when you work in restaurants, all of us do a little bit of everything. Gracie, let me tell you about the first time I walked into a woman's restaurant. Oh, shit. I was so confused. I literally stepped back out. I took a step back, went back out, and I looked at the sign and said, hold on, this is the men's room? No, that was the ladies' room. There were bloody pads on the floor. There was whole loads of shit in the toilet, not flushed. Diapers all in the goddamn trash can. I don't know why tissue was in the sink. I don't know what that was about, but it was like a half a roll of tissue in the sink. And this is the ladies' room in a restaurant. And it wasn't no Applebee's because I've always worked at I'll say about 3 stars and up. So when I saw the ladies' bathroom, when I tell you that really, I can't unsee that. I can't.
It traumatized you.
It really did, though. Like to a degree, it really did, because I've always been under the impression most, if not all, women are like the women in my family and the ones that I know. They always smell nice, teeth nice and fresh, hair done, clothes on point. I just don't get it. And even if they got on the fragrance, it's not like you can smell them before you see them. It's a nice light touch, as it should be in a classy way. But I digress. My mic is muted. Let me finish, get myself together so I can cam up.
Okay, well, perfect timing. Here comes fam coming through. So, how you doing, sir?
What tune you singing today, nigga?
I want you the right way.
Hey,
I want you, but I want you to want me to. Woo.
Best.
Oh, man, that's that music right there. You know what I mean?
You know how you always saying I'm a little harsh, so I don't agree with you on that. I believe I'm a very, very gentle, kind person. Now, what I would say to that is this. Today, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to be harsh. So, if I did have the option to push that button, in order for you to listen to songs that sing, you have to be able to hold a note. If you can't, then you just block from all radio station resources. Yeah, I just said it. I said it, nigga. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
I think he's saying you can't sing. I mean, I don't know. I ain't one to gossip, but you ain't hearing from me.
That's not so singing. He's just getting stressed off. Go ahead. So
So tonight, let me just fill you in real quick.
Listen. It's a point of both. You know what I mean? It's a point of kind of doing both. I see. She be looking like she about to go out. You going out somewhere, Grace? Where you going?
No, I just want to.
You going out somewhere?
She's supposed to look that way. She's in front of the audience. She is out right now. We're in the audience time.
Exactly. Thank you, Smitty. I have to look good and presentable for my show. Best. I am not gonna stop. I'll be 80 years old, still doing my shit and still looking good. You know what I'm saying?
5 minutes later.
Well, depending on that's contingent upon what activities I'm engaging in, sir.
Lord have mercy.
But tonight we're talking about the importance of good personal hygiene, and you guys missed it. I brought up something that a lot of people may not know about because we're not all raised the same way. We're not all taught. Do you guys know what this is?
A washcloth.
Yes. That's the first thing we need to use when we bathing. And I've seen that a lot of people don't know about washcloths. And then I pulled this out. What is this, Bess? Soap? There you go. I knew you would know that answer. It's in your
name, but the actual thing, not my name, but the actual thing, soap.
And then these two go hand in hand. I can't stand when a person says, I don't use a washcloth, so you expect me to use my soap behind you after you didn't put it up your ass and your cooter cat?
Oh.
Exactly. So think about it. So people that don't use washcloths and leave that soap there and you come up behind them, that's why if I was to go to your house, soap, and visit you, I always bring my own washcloth. I bring my own soap. And another thing that I brought up, gentlemen, was wipes. Ain't nobody got time to see no tread marks on a no grown ass person. Okay? Y'all hear me? The peanut gallery, do y'all hear me?
My whole thing is, when it comes to the wiping, I don't know about, I haven't had this incident since a child, and I mean, like, maybe latest was like 7 or 8. When you don't wipe good enough, you get an itchy ass. That crack get the ball in you. And
some people ignore it, and they walk around with shit balls in their ass, and they're okay with that.
Hey, Gracie, some people like Raisinets.
Listen.
Go ahead,
I agree with Smitty. If you wash yourself, thoroughly enough, you don't even need wipes. You know what I'm saying? It's knowing how to lather, okay? Learn this term when you're using soap. Lather, okay? All right, that means that the soap has to drench the rag, all right? I mean, like, drench it. You know what I mean? Not a little bit, but I mean, the soap need to be like just drenching the rag. You got to wipe that bad boy thoroughly. You know what I mean? Very thoroughly. If you are not doing that, then it's gonna be it's not gonna be good.
Exactly. And I'm gonna ask you guys this because I'm gonna tell you about a couple, because I go around asking people for opinions and experiences that they may have been through. And I just want to say salute to Braxton. Thank you for your support. You have been A1 with me for a minute. So thank you for continuing to rock with me. We met over at Angry Man's, and salute to Angry Man. And of course, I almost said my king, but the king, knowledge and relationships. Thank you for supporting me and rocking with me. I met you through soap, so it's all about connections and networking. So with that being said, we cannot fault some people because some people maybe weren't taught properly. Maybe they weren't exposed to certain things. So that's why podcasters like Best and Smitty and Knowledge and Relationships and myself, we up here trying to show people a better way so they can become better versions of themselves. And I'm tired of women complaining to me that they're not getting head. Well, let's analyze it. Let's talk about it. Why do you think you're not getting head? Does it correlate with maybe something's going on down there? And again, I'm going to put this disclaimer out, and I'm going to continue to put it out here. I understand that certain medications, hormonal changes, and things go on with our body that we can't help things sometimes, but we can sure as hell do something about it. I know that there's a lot of people that just don't give a shit and they just let it ride and then expect somebody to go down on them that night. No, it just don't work like that. It don't happen like that. And for you men too, I'm not just getting on my sisters, because some of y'all, could use some help too. Y'all got to get in the nooks and crannies.
They need a lot of help, Grace. No, not some help. They need a lot of help.
Yeah, and especially y'all men that are not circumcised. Y'all got to pull that back. And that he needs extra attention. You got to get the balls. You got to get the nooks and crannies, especially if you're a man that does like oral and wondering why you're not getting it. You got to make it appeasing for the woman. You got to make it inviting for the woman. So let me tell you a story that a gentleman told me. I said, have you ever experienced a situation when you were about to engage in sexual interaction and personal hygiene got in the way? And he was like, yes. And I said, okay, what happened and what did you do about it? And maybe most of you men can relate. So he was like, yeah, I had to do a crocodile Dundee. I'm like, what is a crocodile Dundee? Do y'all gentlemen know what that is?
This is a knife. That's not a knife. That's all I got.
Well, to break it down in my style, up top style, it's the dip and sniff test. So he dipped, he sniffed, and he dipped again. And I said, well, what did you do? Did you tell her? Did you have a conversation about it? Did you just chat? Did you still sleep with her? He was like, no, I addressed it, and I asked her, did you not freshen up before I got over here? Did you not think it was proper to freshen up before I got over here? And once again, typical woman, and I'm not trying to bash women, but she got on the defensive side and she started talking shit to him. And he saw that she actually did not go and freshen up. So he kindly excused himself and he left. And I said, so you didn't smash? He was like, nah, I'm not. I was going to stick my dick in that. I have more worth. I wasn't that desperate. Some guys would. They would still go ahead and smash. But this particular gentleman that I spoke to got up and left. So now I'm going to talk to you guys. I want to hear some experiences because the women need to hear it. The women need to hear how you guys handled it. Smitty, have you ever experienced something similar to what I just described?
Sheesh. Yeah, I actually have one time.
Damn. Okay, let's tell us about it. Embrace us with your experience.
Okay, so she was into bondage, so she wanted me to tie her up. Okay. All right. Figured I'd just go ahead and jump right on it. So, what took place was, I'm doing the ropes down low and shit, and
Mm-hmm.
I got up, to the northern region, and I got the, trying to do the cuffs to the bed. And all I smelled was arms.
All you smelled was what?
Arms. Gracie, I was so goddamn disappointed because she was a cutie pie. But her underarms, I don't know what it was.
They smell like onions?
Is there a halitosis for underarms? I don't know. I know it's in the mouth. But her arms, it was gross. It was like wet trash. That liquid in the trash bag. Yeah, it was kind of like that. And so I didn't do anything.
What did you do? What did you do? How did you handle that situation?
No. I did the polite and gentleman thing. I kicked her the fuck out. She got the fuck out of my house. That's what she did. She got on my shit. You ain't gonna be in my house goofing up my room. And when she left, I could still, like, I had to wash my sheets. I don't like that.
But maybe she had a rough day. Maybe she just left the gym. I mean, you didn't even give her a chance to
you
rectify
need to take a rough shower.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, some people just don't want to hear the excuses because, again, this is very vital. It's vital to your health and to the health of people around you.
And briefly, before we get off, before I digress my mic and mute it, to what Soap was saying, as far as like the lathering and all of that stuff, me personally, I'm not saying y'all ain't hip, but this right here, I use like scrubs, those sugar scrubs and shit. That shit that's like sand on your body.
I use it. You exfoliate.
Yeah. Like, I'm big on that. Like, I don't even like using just like my bars of soap. Like, I'll use my soap and then I'll go ahead and I'll apply this on my whole body because I love the way it scrapes. It feels like it's cleaning me better. And also, believe it or not, people, it is important to pick the right kind of soaps because some soaps can either mess your skin up, dry you out real bad, right? And then on top of that, some soaps, they how can I put it? They they alter your body, believe it or not, because we all have a certain body chemistry, like a pheromones.
Yep.
Everybody not supposed to wear every kind of cologne. You're supposed to find a fragrance that goes with your pheromones. You don't just pick anything because you like the name or everybody's wearing it. It may not fit your body style. So then when you got people like, I don't really like the way that smell on you. Or some people say, I don't like the way this smell. You probably don't like it because maybe your uncle or somebody you was around a lot was wearing it and they were wearing the wrong thing for their pheromones. So all of these things are very, very important. But last but not least, just to get it all out because I was late, with the washing your hands and stuff. Gracie, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, COVID confused the shit out of me because I was just so baffled as to why. Like, why are people acting like you're not supposed to wash your hands? Even down to how you operate. When I go to a gas pump, I always keep me like some latex gloves. I don't ever touch a gas pump, or I'll get a paper towel or something. Something covers that. Something is in between my hand and that nozzle. When I go to ATMs, I don't never push a button like this, like the point of my finger. Knuckle. You already know that knuckle, bruh. You don't stand there and push with your finger. Little things like that. So I'm just saying, like, it was so basic to me. When I heard the news, like, saying these type of things, I'm like, what? Are they talking to the kids? Are they talking to the kids? Because I know they're not talking to grown-ass adults on basically some shit that's equivalent to, like, how to tie your shoes. So, I mean, I'll just, leave it at that. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out, Gracie.
Okay, so with that being said, so we heard Soph said he'll be right back. With that being said, so it's a lot of similar experience. Now, you had an armpit problem. My gentleman friend that I asked about his experience, he had a vagina issue. I mean, a lot of men go through that, and so do women. Okay, again, I'm not just going to talk about the women. There's some times where men don't wash good or good enough, and you can still smell. You can smell soap and funk. And Tika says, can't apply that on your Johnson cap. That could throw off a woman's pH balance. I'm just saying. And then she said, sugar scrub is for exfoliation, fellas, not soap. And she has a point because I only exfoliate once a week. I do that with a scrub once a week. And then, of course, like I showed you guys, this magical thing that's called a washcloth. Very, very vital. Okay. Then I use an antibacterial soap. Okay. Then I use soap for down there. Okay. I don't care what the doctors or research says. Oh, you can't use this. You can't. I'm not gonna use that. Then she has her own deodorant. Okay. All right. And then I do with the scrub. I don't know what that's called. Then that's my last
loofah.
Yeah, I do that with a body wash.
I got a loofah. Yeah. Let me ask you this, Gracie.
Yes.
I remember this back in the day, and I remember it being a common thing said. I remember hearing it from my aunts to my little cousins who were females. I remember hearing it in school, in the health classes and everything. Do women still douche? I don't remember the last time I've even heard this shit.
I do once a month after my cycle. They recommend not to, but I don't care. I have to make sure that you know what I'm saying?
You gotta make sure she's right. I know.
Exactly, and I get it. A lot of these doctors say don't do this. It's self-cleaning. No, fuck that. I gotta get in there. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you how my mom taught. And I did this with my son. When I was old enough to start bathing myself, I was in the shower one day, and my mom jumped in the shower with me with a bathing suit on, and she literally demonstrated. She's like, "Look, I'm in here for two reasons. One, I got to teach you how to properly wash. You're a woman, and two, you're chunky, so you got to pay closer attention to certain areas more than a not chunky woman has to deal with." So she literally put her bathing suit on and taught me how to bathe properly. And I did the same exact thing with my son, because I would never forget that. When he was old enough to start bathing himself, I jumped in there with a bathing suit and a washcloth, and I went in there and I taught him everything. This is how you do it. Armpits, nooks, cranny, feet. A lot of people forget about their feet. You got to wash your feet.
Gracie,
you wonder why your feet stink.
Gracie, you know there's some people that only wash the top half of their body, and they say the soap and the water runs down to the legs. You know some women that do that shit?
No, hell, that's dirty water. If you want to really look at it, that's dirty water that's coming from your dirty body now going on your legs and your feet. You gotta bend down and clean your feet.
There's some people that don't do it. They wash from waist up. And you know what's wild, what you saying about the nooks and the crannies, even down to things that we just used to hear commonly from cartoons, TV shows, and even in our own households. Don't forget to get behind your ears. I never knew how important that, like, yo, when I really started doing it, and when I got up in that crevice up in here and stuff, and then I did that round there, and I saw that brown, I was like, oh no, oh wow. No, that's a real thing. That's a real thing.
Sometimes if you want to test yourself to see if you're really doing a good job, use a white washcloth and see how that bitch look after you bathe. Your neck, you know, you got to wash your neck, behind your ears. I mean, you got to get. How are you?
I would say real quick, Gracie.
Hi, Grace. I just came, and hi, Smitty. What's up? Hey, just had to come up here about hygiene, because there's some people that are very offensive. Please wash your ass.
Their hygiene is offensive, or they get offended?
No, their hygiene is offensive.
Probably both. Don't nobody like to be told they stink.
Like,
do you say anything?
No. I used to work with this coworker. He was cool, but I understood it. I let him slide because my idea was he didn't start off that way. Like, you know, he really had like worked 24 hours. So I was like, by the time I came to work, yeah, you got wiped. So I let it slide. I was like, I think you washed your ass before you left, but now you smell, but I'm going to let it go. But he was
Hold on, I got to show Marcus something. I'll be right back. Lena, keep talking.
Okay.
So, Lena, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling clean.
Rock out. I know that's right.
Okay. I'm going to take a shower anyway, though, because I got to go to work. I take one twice a day. I'm in healthcare. So, this is what I would like to mention, help people out. You're supposed to wash head to toe. And actually, this is the correct way to literally wash. And I didn't know this. Because when I was little, I was taught head to toe, wash your face first and work your way down. but a dermatologist taught me the right way because I had an infection in my eye. He says, he asked me, what's the first thing you wash on your body? I said, oh, my face, head and toe. He said, no, you wash your hands first. Make sure your hands are clean before you touch the rag. You'll contaminate the rag. And when I learned that, I hadn't had any more styes. I had a sty on my eye. And then he told me when I wash my face, it's best to use like a disposable towel. Like, wash it with stringent stuff. Make sure it's soap, antibacterial is good. He said use the disposable for my face. And I haven't had an infection in my eye since.
Nice.
I had to go to a specialist, but I have a dermatologist. I have skin issues anyway. But once I learned, that's when I learned to
Well, Marcus, I hate to tell you, but here it is. I use Summer's Eve, and I've never gotten yeast infections. I'm sorry. I don't listen to everything I hear and half of what I see. It's different for every woman. I use the soap. I use the spray. I douche once a month, and my shit's still working very well, may I say. And and I do have a routine. She's her own entity. She's I can't tell y'all her name. That's not appropriate. But she is her own entity, and if she's not right, I'm not gonna feel right. I go through a whole routine. I've timed how long it takes me to shower, and it's important to me. That matters. I don't care. Now, have I had, when I go work out, when I go to the gym, when I've been at work all day, boom. Like my mom used to say, you smell like the outside, go take a shower. Like people will be at work all day and have the audacity to lay in the bed. Who does that? Go wash.
Gracie, I don't like when a person comes in my house. I have to tell women this. They'll come in my house. Don't sit on my bed with your outside clothes. Do not sit on my bed with your outside clothes. I just get that from my people. Real quick, Gracie, can I ask you a quick question and then I'm going to put these away? Did you send me presents?
What do you mean presents?
Gifts. Wrapped up gifts. Did you send me gifts?
No.
Lena, did you send me gifts?
Nope.
So?
Nope.
So, did you send me gifts?
Nah.
Where all this come from? This shit was at my door.
Wow.
Nah, bump all that. I'm shaking shit. I'm trying to hear if something ticking.
All right, Bess, before you dropped off, I was asking the panel, name one time when you had an unpleasant experience with a person's personal hygiene. It could be an experience with a woman, it could be with a homeboy, but talk to us about it and tell us what you did about it. Or did you do something about it?
I did something one time and I didn't mean to do it. I felt really bad. I feel like a horrible person. So
no, don't feel bad. Hold that thought. Where you're gonna go after Bess because we gotta hear it, and we gotta hear. Okay, so Bess, tell us about an experience.
That's a toughie thing, man. You gotta be real careful when you're dealing with that. You gotta be very, very.
It's very sensitive. I do realize that. You're absolutely right.
So if you say the wrong thing, like it's gonna go bad. Like. So,
but would you rather have that person walking around smelling like shit or fish or just not right?
I mean, the best thing you can ask them is like, yo, like what kind of soap you use, or hey, like, what I'm saying, do you can offer different things to them. So I would offer like different soaps that I would use or whatever, and so they maybe could catch a drift or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like if I mean, ain't really no proper way for me to tell you to wash your ass. I mean, I can't.
So let me be honest with you, Brody.
You didn't have an experience with a female?
I ain't trying.
Look, if a person,
no.
Oh my bad, go ahead.
Nah. Let me say this though, right?
I should on delay.
I believe in helping people. So, you know what I mean? Like, if you are having a hard time with any of that stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? the best thing to do, the very, very best thing to do for yourself, right, is you could get medical attention. This is a real thing. I'm not lying, so don't nobody laugh or whatever. If you medically need help to, get your clean on, you know what I mean, or to smell clean, to smell fresh, there is medical deodorant. You know what I mean? Medical soap. This is a real thing, Smitty. I'm not lying. This is a very real
Bro,
thing.
how about you just do it the regular way every day?
No.
I don't know.
No. There's some people hygiene is so bad they need medical soap and medical deodorant.
Yep, they do, Smitty.
Yeah, I knew somebody like that. She needed medical deodorant. Like a good friend of ours, she needed medical deodorant. I knew a chick of mine, she had to use like a different type of toothpaste because she had a type of toothpaste. She couldn't use regular toothpaste. It wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? So all these things are real. Like, this is not a game. You know what I mean? Like, and then I'm using a disclaimer too. All right, I'm gonna put a PSA out there for us big brothers. All right, if you're a big brother, watch between the rolls. All right.
There, you see, Smitty?
The rolls. All right. If you got to put up the fat, you know what I mean, and lather up.
You gotta lift the handles and get underneath there. You know, I don't know if you heard, Bess, but my mama jumped in the shower with me with her bathing suit, and that's how she taught me how to bathe. And I did the same thing with Jordan when he was around 8.5, 9 years old. Now, when he was old enough to do it by himself, I jumped in the shower with him with a bathing suit. I took the water and I taught him how to bathe. It took a minute.
You couldn't just get a documentary, Gracie?
No, fuck that. Hands on. Hands on. And even then, some young boys are lazy, and he would come out smelling like soap, but I would still smell funk. And he had to wear deodorant at the age of 4. I had to go to the doctor, and they prescribed something that was organic and not too strong for him, but it was because I don't know what was going on. I'm like, do you have 2 onions underneath your armpits? No matter how much I bathed him, so I literally had to take him to the doctor, Smitty, and it was a chemical imbalance in his body. I mean, he's got it under control now, as long as he bathes the way Mama taught him how to bathe. Because I would hate it for a girl to say to him, "Oh, you stink," or a girl trying to, do that to him and be like, I mean, that is very embarrassing, and you shouldn't put another person in that predicament to have to tell you. So, Lena, tell us your story.
Gracie, real quick. Yeah. And I just want to say one thing real quick, and Lena, rock out. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Listen, okay. All right, for the men too. All right, listen. If you want women to be attracted to you before you even say anything, your cologne game and your lotion game and all that gotta be strong and heavy. Okay, I'm not talking about no Axe, dog. All right, your soap and your lotion and your cologne game gotta be on point. If it ain't on point, all right, and you're wondering why the females ain't saying nothing to you, that is why. Okay, those men care. Okay, they have special soaps dedicated, special things dedicated for men, for our beards. Scented beard oils that are organic and won't break you out. Do what you gotta do, okay? I mean, it may cost you a little bit of change, but listen, that money that you're spending on that will help you in the long run to be getting to the places that you want to get to when it comes to the ladies. I'm just being honest, all right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to say something after Lena, so it'll go Smitty, Lena, and then me, okay?
Okay. All right. So briefly, all I was going to say is to what you were saying, Gracie, just before we got too far off, when you was talking about use the white washcloth, I would say use whatever washcloth you use and then dry off with a white towel.
That's another good one.
Yeah. And then use the white towel to dry off and see if it goes from white to camel. So anyway, the other part to what Soap was saying briefly about the pheromones, well, you and Soap was talking about it. I had that problem too when I was a kid, early teenage years, because I would wash and then put the same dirty shit back on. I was okay. I was a boy. You know what I'm saying? So, I was like all the way in the mud with it, playing in the creek and everything. So, yeah, sometimes I'll go get in the shower and I'll put the same clothes on that I just got out the shower with. Yeah, I had to learn. I digress. My mic is muted. M3, rock out. What's up, everyone? Right. My bad, Lena.
Well, how you doing, King? Thank you for coming. And I'll let. It's gonna be Lena. Then I just gotta reiterate something, and then you got it. Okay?
No problem.
You say when I had to tell someone, I told my cousin, and I didn't mean to tell him directly. He used to live with us. I'm going in the bathroom, after him, and I go, oh, what the fuck is this smell? It stink. It really smelled weird, and I felt bad because I found out later. My cousin has wounds. He has skin conditions, so he had some wounds, and it was from the leakage of the rooms, and he left it in a plastic bag on the door. He didn't throw away the door, so I was smelling all them bandages, and it smelled horrible, and I felt bad. And then I left, and then my sister pulled me to the side and said, "That's his bandages. It's in his bag from taking off the woman's leakage." And
well, stuff. He should have threw that shit out.
He should have, but I felt bad because he really was like,
he knows it smells. Lena, he knows it smells, and you walked into something you were not expecting. Throw that shit out. It's just like when men know about our cycles. They do, but they don't want to see that shit. Okay? Throw it out, put it in the bag, and go outside and throw it out. They already got to deal with our moodiness, our bullshit. They don't want to have to see it. But I am going to have a segment for you men, because if we good enough to pound out and do what y'all do, y'all have to educate yourselves to learn what we go through when we're going through that, because it's only fair. So what? It's only good enough when it's accessible to you guys. You got to learn as men also how to take care of us when we're going through that.
Gracie, do all women throw pads in the trash can in the bathroom, blood side up, open? Or is that just my experience?
You put it in the bag. You're supposed to put it
in first of all, you're supposed to close it, wrap it in toilet paper so it's not visible to the man, or you put it in a bag and you take it outside.
That's what
you know what I'm saying?
Nah, they straight parachuted that thing.
I don't like people to even know I'm on my period.
So I just want to reiterate something real quick that Beth said, and then we're going to let M3 talk. Look, I don't know about y'all ladies. I am a very, very sensory person. It matters to me when I'm with a man how you smell, how you look, how you taste, everything. I'm looking at everything. And I meet you and you come in walking towards me, I am looking at you from head to toe. I am looking at your fingernails. I am looking at how you moving, because all of that matters to me. And I just want to reiterate what Beth said. Y'all men, y'all want to get laid more? Y'all want to arouse our senses? Do it by having great personal grooming habits. I mean, when a man walks in a room and he is well put together, you know, I look at the line. His belt needs to line up with his pants zipped up. Does the belt match the shoes? How do you smell? How do you carry yourself? Just that alone, you might have that woman melting in your hands. But then you open your mouth and you talk, and your breath stinks. What is that about? you know, so to a lot of women, that matters. At least I know with my Scorpio side, that matters. If my sensories are not turned on, it's not going to happen for you. If she down there doesn't get turned on, it's not going to happen for you. And all of that matters. I mean, I understand there's men that are mechanics and they get their nails dirty. But don't come to the bar with those nails like that. Go home and wash. They make special soap for mechanics and men that work. And same to you, ladies. I'm not just trying to get on one gender. You have a woman, hair done, makeup done, outfit nice, shoes, purse, and then your breath stink or you stink. There's an odor coming from you. That is like so disheartening and disappointing. It's like, really?
It's
where
actually
they do
false
that
advertisement.
Absolutely. Okay, M3. First, I want to ask you is, what is your take on personal hygiene? And then tell me a story about where you went through as a man well, maybe one of your homies or woman that you had to deal with bad personal hygiene. So what say you?
All right. So personal hygiene and looks matters to me. It's everything, you know. So even before me come up here, right? Okay, I just did like an 11-hour work shift. Okay, but still, I need to groom myself up. I need to hurry up and hop in the shower. Although I want to come and see, you guys or whatever, and say salutes to y'all and the people in the chat. But ain't no way I'm gonna come up on the panel, cam down, with my beard looking scruffy. So what I do? Immediately clean myself up, because I'm not doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for myself. What I realize is that if men, right, and I won't speak for the men part, right? If a lot of men take care of their aesthetics, their looks, you know what I mean, and their oral hygiene, and all the body scrubs and all that stuff, like, for themselves, I'm telling you, it's gonna exude like a whole lot of confidence. You'll be like damn near like arrogant almost, But that's because you're putting the work into making sure that you are looking and smelling like your best. Sometimes, man, people don't really know why they get rejected. Why, it's like one of those like smoking commercials, right? Like back in the 90s when like the girls, they look at a guy and then they were ready to approach a guy or a man ready to approach them. And then all of a sudden you put that cigarette in your mouth and all of a sudden they just turn off. Well, that's the same way, man, the equivalent to your bad breath. If you're not taking care of that part, your musty armpits and having a stank ass dick, you know what I mean? Like you can't get laid. You may have some people that will put up with you, like, some trash type of girls or whatever, but that's the same thing for some of these dudes. Now, which that goes into your question number 2. Look, we all have encountered someone that had poor hygiene. But what's even worse, again, like Smitty was saying, the false advertisement, where like you have the pretty girls, you looking good, you know what I mean? Maybe certain parts, small details that may present herself to be like, okay, you look good, you're gonna smell good. Oh man, when you smell that ooh wee, you know what I mean? Look.
He said that ooh wee.
Look, Andre 3000 didn't make this stuff up when he came out of a song with Guns We Smell Like what's it called? Guns and Roses or something, right? But anyways, the point is that like, her vagina would smell like some straight ass menstrual cycle itch. And I knew for sure right then, I was like, look, man, I couldn't even deal with it. Now, of course, I didn't tell her. I didn't put her on blast. And usually,
why not? I'm
getting to that because I didn't give a shit. If it was someone that I saw myself that I was gonna lay next to, then I would tell her straightforward. I'm like, hey man, like, and I would say this, like, hey, your vagina stinks. Okay. Now, of course, this is like maybe early 2000s. So young MC wasn't thinking about like medical treatment or whatever. Young MC was thinking about like, okay, if you stink, go wash yourself, thinking that will be the solution. Or maybe you had different dicks in your vagina and maybe that caused like some type of smell. But if you smelling that bad, I'm not going to deal with you. So there's no need for me to even, unless if I really feel like it was necessary, you know what I mean? But other than that, I'm not going to waste my time arguing with some woman that's going to take offense and then that's going to try to like, throw up insults and be like, oh, well, you smell like this or you're not. Look, man, you stink. Go take a shower. Do what you need to do. Okay?
And what would you say to the people? Because sometimes people become nose blind and they don't smell themselves and they don't know that they're smelling. What do you do with that?
Well, you have to understand, right? That, okay, you're not going to really smell like your true self because it's like, okay, you're already adapted to whatever type of cologne, whatever type of fragrance that you put on your body. Or maybe you don't put nothing at all, and you're just used to, the smell of sweet ass or whatever. And you're okay with it. But the ones who's like nose blind to it, only thing I'm just gonna say is this. Okay, it's important to take a shower. It's important to have good oral hygiene. It's important to do all these things, man, because you may not know that you smell like a skunk, like Pepe Le Pew, but the other women are gonna, because women, they have a strong sense of smell. It's gonna take that one person, right? That's gonna be bold enough to gonna say like, forget it, and they're gonna make fun of you, and you're gonna go through that pain, that hurt, and that embarrassment. Sometimes you gotta be embarrassed in order for you to really shape up. You know what I mean?
Yep. It takes for that one friend or that one partner to roast your ass, especially in front of your homies. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I want to put out there is hair down there. I've heard that men not like hair down there and whatever.
Who them niggas?
Hair traps odor. It traps sweat. It's another layer that causes body odor. And I'm gonna tell you a couple stories that my waxer. I used to get Brazilian waxes, but they got expensive, so now I just do it myself. She said that she would have women coming straight from the gym to go see her. And then another time she told me she had to tell the lady she had boo-boo in her ass.
Huh?
How you gonna wax yes. And the fact that she was put in a predicament that had to tell, and the lady kept denying it. I don't have this in my, she was like, ma'am, you do, and it's not sanitary for me to wax you. You are going to have to reschedule. Yeah, I take a shower before I go see my girl. When I go to the doctor, I feel like I'm getting ready for a date because he be filling me up, checking the breasts. You go going down there. I'm like, I just need a cigarette sometimes after I see him. But it's like I'm so anal about that. Like Smitty brought it up a couple shows ago when we were taught as kids, make sure you have clean underwears on in case you go to the doctor. It's like, again, hair matters. Like, I don't like hair on him or myself. It has to, I'm telling you, if it's pretty and it looks inviting, you don't even have to ask. You know what I'm saying? That's a no-brainer. But a lot of y'all men and women do not keep yourselves up down there and wonder why you're lacking in the oral department. I personally have never had an issue with that. I was good.
You're going to high school and college right now. We're not even there yet. What do you mean? You got to start at elementary. Matter of fact, you got to start at preschool. All right.
But we are adults. Damn, we got to start. This is why I bought it. I bought the washcloth out. I bought the soap out.
I'm talking about one-on-one with personal hygiene. We got to go all the way back. Let's take it all the way back. Let's dial it in. Let's dial it in. Okay, really back. Right? Because you're talking about the bedroom and like we ain't even get to that point yet. They ain't even get to that point. They haven't even got to that yet. So let's reel it back, right? Let's reel it back.
Go ahead, reel it back.
You know what I'm saying? This is where it starts. Okay, when you wake up. Right? When you wake up, okay? The first thing you do when you wake up, right? Maybe some of you don't know this, or maybe some of you do, right? You wake up, use the restroom, you wash your hands, right? You go and you do whatever health supplements you do. Some of you do, manuka, honey, bee pollen, potassium shots, elderberry, water, berries. You get your breakfast on. Whatever you need to do, right? Please, but when you first get up, whatever you do, accompany it with water, okay? Start your day with a fresh glass of water, okay? That will stimulate your system, right? And also clean out whatever toxins you have in your body, okay? So we're just gonna start there. You just gotta, right? Haven't even started. Now, if you're about to go out, right? Please, into your restroom. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever things you need to do in your restroom, whether you need to use the restroom, you need a shower, Maybe took a shower the night before. Maybe you need to freshen up. Whatever you need to do, right? Make sure in your home you know where all of your products, your hygiene products are, right? Make sure you know where your washcloth is at, your toothbrush, you know what I mean? Your mouthwash, your shaving cream. I know some of you women, you like to exfoliate and use certain, lotions and, oils and stuff for your hair and all that before you get in the shower, your shower caps, whatever you need, right? Whatever you need, right? Now, understand, not all hygiene products belong in the bathroom, okay? Some hygiene products belong on your dresser in your room.
Like a toothbrush.
Right? Yes. Please keep these things safeguarded in a place where you can get to them once you are done leaving the restroom and lathering up and washing your behind. Right? You can wash your behind in the soap. You can take a bath or a shower, whichever one that you want. And also, if you decide to take a bath or a shower, right? For a shower, it's mandatory. You can have a washcloth, or even, they have like a wash fob. It's like this little fob thing that you can like lather up and you can put soap in, right? They're very comfortable. You can use them to wash up. They're very hygienic. You know what I mean? Make sure that you use one that meets your body and things of that nature. Okay, make sure you're not using anything that break you out. Okay, you know what I mean? And make sure you watch what soap you use. Please let it be soap that's actually good for your body. It doesn't break you out. Now, all soaps are good for everybody, right? Now, let's say you do take a bath, right? You do take a bath. You can use something called bath beads. You can use bath bombs, right? There's a lot of different hygienic things you can use, okay? And those things make the bath experience very lively and information, and it just makes it great, right? You just have a good time in the tub. You can throw on some nice music, maybe light a candle. Maybe even say the third pretty glue before you go to work, right? You get out, please thoroughly dry off, okay? If you don't thoroughly dry off, that can lead to other things as well, which you don't want. Thoroughly dry off, right? You know what I mean? And then after that, place your undergarments on. Please make sure you have the right undergarments on, okay? Make sure there's no holes in your undergarments, okay? Make sure your undergarments are just as fresh as the clothing that you're gonna put on. Don't use the same undergarments you used the night before. That's just nasty, right? Make sure the undergarments are fresh as well, right? Now, as you leave the bathroom and you finish your soap and wash, and you finish brushing your teeth and doing everything else, and maybe shaving and all that, right? You enter your bedroom, right? You should have a fresh kit there with your deodorants, right? Your colognes, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a nail clipper, right? Some oils and lotions, you know what I mean? You should have a personal fresh kit on your dresser that's ready for you to use to prepare you for your day. You know what I mean? Your clothes should be lined up on your bed. They shouldn't be bunched up in a garbage bag or nothing. They need to be lined up on your bed, right? You know what I mean? It needs to be, symmetrically sound, all right? You know what I mean? You can place some cologne on that sweater or on that blouse or whatever that you plan to wear. Make sure your socks are lined up on the bed as well. The shoes are at the bottom, you know what I mean? And now you begin to get dressed, right? You begin to get dressed, and as you dress, right, and as you finish getting dressed, you put on everything, look in your mirror, right, to make sure that everything is well put together, okay? Now, why is this important, right? Why is this important? Because, listen, I've gotten jobs just based on the fact that I smell good. You know what I mean? Let's not even go to the bedroom yet, because like I said, you're not ready for the bedroom yet, right? You're not ready for the bedroom, okay? We're going to talk professional right now. When you go to a job interview, okay, make sure that you are properly shaved, groomed, trimmed. Trim your nose hair, too, if you got nose hair. Also, if you get a little bit old, you start getting a little bit of air hair coming out. There are air hair trimmers that you can get, right? Where you can trim your air hair, and that's not sticking out, and it doesn't look like you got them old whiskers coming out your ear, right? You can have one of those. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and make sure, if you, if you wear a hat or you wear something, make sure it doesn't have stains on it. You know what I mean? Things of that nature, right? Like I said, I've gotten jobs just off of that. You know what I mean? Make sure when you step out, make sure that, your socks is good, everything good. Now, when you throw on your shoes, right? make sure that your shoes don't have any dirt on them from the night before. You may have stepped in something that may not have known, right? You know what I mean? You may have, there may be dirt or residue on your shoes before you throw them on. Make sure that they're thoroughly clean. Okay. Remember your shoe funk can mess up everything else, right? If your shoe funk is off, if your feet smell, that shit can throw everything off. Trust me, it can. Okay. You may gotta have everything right, but if you got some funky feet, it'll throw everything off. You know what I mean? Literally everything. You could have done everything perfect, but you got that, and it's out of here, right? Make sure that's good. You know what I mean? Now you can proceed to go out and be an active citizen, right? Make sure you wear the proper jacket, or you don't wear a jacket at all. Sometimes y'all overdressing. Y'all may wear a big jacket. That's not necessary, right? Or sometimes you don't have a big enough jacket, right? Now you're getting rained on or snowed on or whatever, right? Now, let's say we talked about the job center. Let's say you're greeting a woman that you have an interest in, or you meet someone on the street, right, that you have an interest in. And let's say you've had a long day, right? You may have eaten a lunch or so, you know what I mean? Or, you're just going throughout your day, you know what I mean? They have these little Listerine things that you can, spray, right? They can fit directly in your pocket, right? You can pop, spray your mouth a little quick, you know what I mean? Approach said lady or gentleman and begin your conversation, okay? You know what I mean?
That's a lot, Bess.
No, I have to take my time with these people because you went to the bedroom. And I'm like, Grace, we didn't even get to the bedroom yet. They haven't even got on the date yet. We like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And make sure. And hold on, let me make this specific too, right? When you go on set date, please do not wear the same attire that they have met you with. Okay? You have to have some fresh gear. All right? Yes, dry cleaning does work. Yes, and let me say this too. Right, we're gonna get to washing your clothes, right? Now, when you're washing your clothes, you fabric, okay? Separate your white from your colors. All right? Also separate your delicates from your non-delicates. All right? Know what I mean? If you have a lot of NBA jerseys or graphic tees, you have to turn them inside out or they will get messed up. And preferably you should wash them in cold water. Okay? Know what I mean? Certain fabrics and certain carpets that you have in your house, like rugs, you probably will have to wash them in cold water or you will mess up the fabric. Okay? Just small things, right? I'm giving y'all tidbits, okay? And then there's certain things, like if you have an expensive coat or expensive fabric or expensive sweater, you know what I mean? Yes, please put them please take them to your dry cleaner, your local dry cleaner, and let them handle it, okay? You got a hole in your sweater or something like that, let them sew it up for you, okay? They will handle all those things for you. Trust me, they have saved plenty of clothing items for me, okay? You know what I'm saying? So yes, please do that. And look, you can't use bleach for everything, okay? Stop putting bleach in everything.
I use ammonia.
Yes, but you have to be careful what you use that with, okay? Use it with certain things. You know what I mean? Now, and I also got to stress this too, right?
Boy, you've been wanting to say a lot about this subject. I'm glad I brought it up.
I got to stress this. Make sure your house smells just as good as your body, if not better. I'm going to say it again. Make sure your house smells just as good as your body, if not better. Okay? You can't be having a nice smelling body and your house smells like ass. All right? I'm just being honest with you. Okay? I'm being honest with you. All right? You can, and listen, you can't use Windex to clean your house. Okay? Use all-purpose cleaner. Hopefully the purpose cleaner you use, okay, is organic. All right, get you some organic purpose cleaner. It can literally clean your home or your whole home, including your bathroom. Okay, that's why it's an all-purpose cleaner. All right, you know what I'm saying? So these are just little things I'm giving y'all, man. Dusting your home.
Y'all drop a donation for all these gems.
He on the commercial like this one.
You gotta know how to dust your home, vacuum your home. You know what I mean? And this is what I do, right? You know what I'm saying? Especially once the weather gets warm. Even in the cold weather, I do it a lot too. I Lysol my whole home. I will spray Lysol throughout the whole house. literally out the whole house, so I can disinfect my home. You have to disinfect your home. If not, there are germs that will be carrying in your home that will continue to breed, and that's how you would get sick and things of that nature, right? Now let's get to the date. I'm almost done, right? Because we're about to go to the bed. Grace want to go.
No.
When you go on a date, right? When you go on a date, right? Like I said, make sure you have some fresh gear. Okay? Make sure your shoes are clean, right? You got on a nice little sweater fit. And make sure that you match, okay? Make sure that your attire.
You gotta coordinate.
Coordinate. You know what I mean? Coordinate. You know what I'm saying? Coordinate.
You know what's so wild that I just thought about?
I want to hear this, Smitty. Go ahead.
I just thought about this shit.
What?
How was there any goddamn lady that has a nasty ass and y'all use all the damn toilet paper? All I know
is not again. I thought about that. He's like, he gonna ask about the toilet paper.
So how the fuck you got crumbs?
Yeah, I can't. I can't answer that one. I use wipes.
That's what you do. You knit socks with the toilet paper.
I use wipes.
It's deep. It's deep in the rap, Smitty. It's deep in the rap, baby. It's deep in the rap. So yes, you know what I mean. You know, and listen, know how to stand on the date, know how to open the door. You know what I'm saying? It's little things. You know what I mean? Compliment your date on what they have on. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't have to ask them if you smell good. They will tell you. Okay, cut your nails. You know what I mean? Cut your nose hairs. All that. Like these are just essential things. Okay, essential things. All right, and please stop trying to drown your funk in cologne or perfume. That is not working. Okay, I just want to throw that out.
No bueno.
No bueno. Now Grace can take it away, whatever she got to say. But I had to give y'all a guide. And listen, right? And this is another thing, right? And this is so key and essential that y'all know this. When you go shopping, right? You can go anywhere. You can go shopping. There are places dedicated for hygiene only, right? When you go to Target, there's a section only for hygiene.
It's called cosmetic.
Yes.
Health and beauty aids.
Yes, you can't go wrong. Even in Walmart, they have a section for that. Hell, I think 99 Cent Store got a section. You can't go wrong. Okay?
I mean, we're going back to the nitty gritty.
Like, yo, you can, I mean, and they have everything. They have everything that you need. They have oils. They have, you know what I mean? Just everything you need, man. Everything you need is right there. Okay? All right? And I'm going to say this last part, okay? I know some of y'all don't believe in using maybe some soaps or whatever, or some of y'all believe that y'all just want to be purely organic. Look, man, stop with all that organic stuff, all right? If you stink, please, get in the shower. You know what I mean? Use some deodorant that you feel like is not going to be toxic to your body, because I know some deodorants are toxic.
But you know what? Some people can't afford deodorant. I also learned that in my research. Your economic status and your social status sometimes determines.
You can steal that shit. Become a booster.
Do not encourage.
And don't offend me when you come around me, nigga. I shouldn't have to turn around in the grocery aisle and be like, "What's dead?" No.
Wow.
I know. I'm not even playing. I'm not even trolling right now, nigga. Look, I ain't gonna lie. If you can't afford hygiene, man, you better learn that 5-finger discount.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, not everybody on this channel agrees with the statement.
Stay home. You can always stay home.
Okay, so let me get into the informational. You're giving us like basic 101 kindergarten shit, but let me just get to the basic personal hygiene, because they don't know to do all that if they don't really know this. The types of personal hygiene, Best covered it all, but now I'm just, closing it in. Dental. It's not just having white teeth. It also prevents gum disease and cavities and the infamous bad breath. You gotta have good dental habits. That's important. Body. Our bodies carry several million sweat glands that cover our body, and when bacteria breaks down, sweat is the process that creates a smell or body odor. So saying back to what Beth said, you got to at least take a shower one a day. This shit that I see 2 times a week, no. You must bathe every day, ladies and gentlemen. Huh? In the summer, 2 or 3 times a day.
2 in the summer.
Yeah, 2 in the summer and cold. Yeah, absolutely. Hand washing. One of the best ways to avoid spreading communicable diseases is washing your hands. That's part of personal hygiene. And here's the other one that I mentioned, nails. Fingernails harbor dirt and germs, contributing to the spread of bacteria, and it's easy for dirt and germs to collect on the long nails. Keeping them short can help reduce the risk of spreading infection. You know, a lot of people wash their hands, but then they don't wash underneath their long nails, and they got shit sitting there. What is that? You saving it for a snack later? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So good personal hygiene involves keeping all parts of the external body clean and healthy. It's important for maintaining both physical and mental health. Poor personal hygiene provides the body an ideal environment. And people, there's benefits to having good personal hygienes. I mean, you know, I'm going to come up with the real ones. It'll get you laid more, and you'll enjoy oral more often and frequently, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying. But let's keep it real. It keeps our body strong and healthy. It prevents diseases. It gives you a good appearance and better self-esteem. I mean, it really does, people. I mean, personal hygiene is not just for yourself, but it's for people around you. If you're not clean and healthy and sanitary, you could spread diseases. And we live in close quarters, a lot of us. And you remember what happened with COVID. So this is an opportunity to get our shit right. I'm just saying.
Keep some sanitizer definitely handy, okay?
I keep it in my purse.
Yeah,
you know.
Sanitizer.
So what do you have to say so far, Smitty, of what you heard? Because after that, we're going to get into the good habits that y'all can pick up. Bess covered a lot of those, but, you know, I'm going to reiterate it so y'all can really embrace it. You're on mute.
It's on me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I zoned out. What you asking? My bad.
It's okay. I'm just gonna get into what I gotta say, and then you'll spin off of that. Okay.
All right. Bet that.
Okay.
Good save. Twin.
Yep. Absolutely. Good personal hygiene, guys. Just remember what Bess said, and then we're just gonna bathe every day, at least once a day, twice in the summer, and ladies, when you're menstruating, 2 to 3 times a day. I'm just saying. Okay, wash hands often all day, every day, especially after using the bathroom. Brushing and flossing twice a day. Keeping your face clean. People, don't forget about your feet. You gotta wash your feet too. You keep your nails short down there because you wear sneakers and socks and you get toe jam. That shit is real. I don't know about you guys, but I have this fetish where I see pimples being popped on YouTube and pedicures. I don't know. It releases my anxiety. I love it.
Gosh,
and it's real.
Fetish or disorder?
Me one of those.
Toe jam is real. Y'all need to wash y'all shit. Then we have hair and scalp grooming habits. You gotta wash your hair.
Nah, you know what's wild, Gracie? When you mentioned the toe jam, I will never forget the day I was a teenager. I was probably about 17. I swear it's overlooked. One day, I dug out about this big of a lint from my belly button. Because I got an innie, I ain't got an outie. But I didn't realize how much can accumulate in your belly. Look, some of us right now as we speak, I shit you not, I think you'd be surprised if you dig in it. I'm telling you right now. And I'll tell you right now, don't even feel too bad about that one because that's just I don't even remember hearing grandma say nothing about the belly button. I heard behind the ear.
Belly button hygiene, ladies and gentlemen. That's
I'm telling you. Look. Some of y'all, I'm telling you.
Y'all gotta dig in deep where it kind of hurts.
Pull the skin down and really, I'm telling you right now, I think you would be surprised. That shit's wild. But I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out, Gracie.
Okay, and then we have hair and scalp. You have to wash your hair. I know some of us have dry hair and you don't have to wash it every day. And depending on the texture of your hair, again, if it applies, you let it fly. If it doesn't, and I have to say it because I got to keep real with y'all. A lot of complaints that I get from men is that women are not washing their hair enough and scalp, and they have the wigs on and the weave. And I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just reiterating what the men want to relay to y'all, and y'all aren't listening. Listen, Linda. Listen. You got to wash your hair more. You got to let it breathe. The scalp has to be. Go to a Dominican hairdresser and tell her to wash your hair, and you can feel your scalp breathing. It's important.
You're taking it back to the days of the Dominicans?
Oh. And feet hygiene. That's important too, guys. That's important. Okay.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hi. I'm from African.
No.
Where are you from, baby?
Gracie, did you check this nigga's motherfucking picture? Always ask for them to cam up, show your face before you pull their ass up on a.
And I did.
Could have popped out, and that'd be the end of all three of us.
Oh no, you're absolutely right. But that being
You
said,
don't know them? Ask them. Hey, can you cam up real quick? Let me see your face backstage.
You're right. So that's a perfect roll-in, because now we're going to be talking about genital hygiene. It's important.
Lord.
So for my ladies, it's understood that our vaginas are self-cleaning, but fuck that. Some of y'all need a washcloth. Okay, let's keep it real. We got to,
Hey,
we're going to get
Grace, it ain't
what?
It ain't that self-cleaning.
Exactly. It ain't that self-cleaning. She need help sometimes too, because of the bullshit that we eat, our stress levels, our pH balance is off, who we allow shoot the club up inside us, and it can affect our pH balance. So all of that. Okay? During my research, it kept saying, don't use soap. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. But vagina can cause an imbalance, and shit, maybe you need to imbalance the balance to get it rebalanced. I mean, what are you going to keep doing? And in all vaginas, it said that you should only clean it once a day using mild soap and water. I don't believe that. I'm going to tell y'all right now. You can heed to that. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not licensed. I'm just saying that some of us may need more than what they're telling us that we need. We may need to wash 2, 3, 4 more times more than some others. It's not all one size fits all. It's all what your vagina calls for. With healthy habits during your menstrual cycle. Guys, you can tune out or whatever, but y'all need to know this shit too. If you got a lady at home and healthy habits during your cycle prevents infection and reduces odors. Wash your hands more than ever, especially because you're changing pads. You're changing tampons. You got to wash your hands even more. Wear lightweight clothing and breathable clothes. Change your menstrual product that you have, whatever it may be, a sanitary napkin, a tampon, regularly. Don't let it just sit there, and keep that pussy clean. And I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. I can't say it. Excuse my language, guys. I know I try not to curse a lot, but sometimes I have to say, you got to keep that pussy clean. You have to. You have to.
I want to ask you a question, Gracie.
Go ahead.
Because I've never had one, although I've swam in some. So, listen.
Damn.
I was wondering, is this
what were you wondering?
Because we know that ladies love to show off their figure. I don't know. Is this like a myth, or is this the real thing where like wearing tight ass spandex and stuff all the time make the coochie bad, like yeast infections and everything?
Yes. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because it's the perfect environment. The darkness, the moistness, and the enclosure is a perfect breeding ground for a yeast infection. Absolutely. Yes. That's why it says wear breathable clothing. You can't all that tight shit and that coochie being, sweating dark. It's a perfect breeding ground.
I dated this one chick some years back, I remember. And I remember it was summertime.
Good question.
Thank you. And I remember it was the summertime. And this is why I first heard about it. Although her method really threw me the F off. She has this thing where in the summertime, she does not wear panties. It's sundress and nothing underneath. And I'm just saying to myself, do you sit down? No, I'm not playing, dog. Dead ass. Yeah, listen, there's some women out there that know chicks like this. Some people know what I'm talking about. Yeah, some women, they like, summertime, they don't, no bra, no panties. Dead ass. They'll wear clothes, but they don't wear bra and panties in the summer. And then she gave me this, I don't know, it sounds sweet the way she worded it, but she was like, because wearing tight stuff make your coochie get all kind of yeast infections and all this other stuff. And you get halitosis down there.
It sounds good, but that's why you wear breathable clothing. They have clothing that you can wear. How you out there with no bra?
Some of my boxers, you ain't got to zip the flap.
Nah, one for somebody. 100 Watts said one for the sundresses. I'm gonna answer yes to your question that wearing tight stuff, but you still got to wear underwears and bra. But to each his own. You know what I'm saying? To each his own, but you got to drink plenty of fluids. And guys, and let me tell y'all this, if you don't know this, a lot of us women know, we have apps now where we can actually track our shit, and you will be ready for war when she's getting into that. You can be mentally ready, get her shit right. They have apps now, and you have to visit your doctor once a year to get her checked out.
We need apps for hygiene. You know what I've come to the conclusion.
Well, it tracks our cycle. Well, no, it's not for hygiene. It tracks our cycle, so we know when it's coming.
I actually heard about that. I love it. You got to remember something, Gracie. Like, things baffled me. Like, for example, but I get it now. It is what it is. Like, you guys remember when they had that show and that little thing called Adulting?
I think so. It sounds familiar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I one day happened to check in on it, and I looked at what it consists of. I don't know. Maybe that was just one episode, but anyway, it was a person on there teaching grown adults. Adulting, basically, from what I saw, was learning basic shit as an adult. Like, they would teach you like how to iron your pants.
Yeah, some people
make
don't
scrambled
know.
eggs.
Yep.
So the conclusion that I came to, Gracie, is this. I've come to the conclusion that age is not a number. Age is conduct and headspace. Because believe it or not, Gracie, we have a whole lot of babies that got really, really big and grew facial hair and pubes. Rock out.
Yep. And just to finish on the women's side, fuck that. You do what your vagina needs to get you do what it needs to get done to take care of her, and talk to your doctors and wash that pussy. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, my ladies. You have to for your health, for people around you, and for your man. Now, to my men, I'm coming at y'all too, especially who the men that are uncircumcised. Y'all really need to pay close attention to that foreskin.
You're rolling around like that. Well, go ahead, Gray.
This is it's necessary. It needs to be said.
Mushroom over here.
Okay, you must gently, and I'm just reading this from my research. Okay, you must gently pull back the foreskin and wash underneath. Don't forget to wash your balls. It wouldn't hurt to shave and cut down your hair, because it traps sweat, bacteria, and dirt. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just keeping it real. Everybody wants oral. Everybody wants to smell better. These are ways to do it, and I'm just putting it out there for y'all. Yes, it's kind of graphic and it's descriptive, but it's fucking necessary. Because some of y'all just don't get it when we sugarcoat shit or try to be nice. Some of y'all stank and y'all need to do what y'all got to do. What's up, Smitty?
I got another question. I got another question about the oh so lovely Kudetang. Gracie, I was dating a chick, and I got to be careful how I word things because I don't know if she watches. Dead ass.
Too late.
So look, right? We got into a big fuss because we all know how dudes love to get some good dome and ladies love to get a good lick, right?
So it is. He's taking it to that next level. Twin taking it to the goal, to the end zone.
So I used to like kind of stay with her back and forth. She'll stay with me. We was like on that, like we got shit at each other's houses and everything else. So I remember her routine going to work. I like stay at her place while she go to work and shit. If I wasn't working that day. And every morning she get up, she'll make what she did was she made a salad with some salmon and shit. Okay, cool. But what she also did was she would always throw back a shot of vinegar. Now I get it.
Yep.
Throw back a shot
of vinegar. Apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, apple cider. Yeah, she does that. And she's big on garlic too and I get that, definitely. I know exactly how garlic can kick stuff right on up out you, man. For those who don't know, you feel like you sick or whatever, I swear on life, get you a raw garlic clove, peel the skin off, slice it in half, pop those 2 pieces like a pill. Don't chew it. And if you do, don't come up close and talk to me. Now, Gracie. She would go ahead and pop the garlic, and she'll do the vinegar shot, especially in the winter. And I don't know, is there a connection? Because I always heard women talk about, man, with mangoes and pineapples make sperm taste better.
Yes.
I swear on life, I went down there, and I got the lapping, and I could have sworn I got a hint of honey mustard. Now, that threw me off. Is it real that what a woman eats can affect the aroma of the Kudetang? I digress.
Yes. Absolutely. And the same thing for the men. If the men drink a lot and eat a lot of fried foods, your stuff gets acid, a lot of acid. And yes, it does. Mangoes, a lot of water. So
you're saying that mosquito tastes like 7-Up?
It depends on your diet. I don't know, sir, but your diet is contingent upon on how your juices and your semen is determined. Absolutely. And if yours is not right and you come and have sex with a woman and hers is right, you throw off her pH balance. And I know you've heard of that before. That's why it's so important that you don't allow just anybody shoot up the club. I mean, that matters. You're allowing their DNA to be embedded inside you. And if their diet is not right and they don't drink a lot of water and don't eat pineapples and mangoes and fucking unicorns and rainbows, yeah, it does matter. Yes, it does.
Veggies, fruit, water. Veggies, fruit, water. All right? Can't go wrong. Know what I mean? You can do spinach or kale. Everybody take
Biggie.
Right?
Biggie.
There go Biggie.
Calm that shit down, Biggie.
So yes, and that's an excellent question. See, these are the type of questions that men need to ask to learn from us women, and you women need to learn about men. Like I put it down on Salute to Black Man Unfiltered, where I came in and was telling women that, you know, sex is a physical need for men. Stop playing with it, especially if y'all married.
Hey, Gracie,
so that was a good topic. Go check that out.
Oh man, I gotta holler at the fellas. 2 things that ruffles Smitty's feathers more than any damn thing. You know, Gracie, I cut hair also. That's like my side. Yeah. I'm licensed in that as well, but I'm a chef. You know, that's just my little side shit. I can't. Crazy. Why do niggas come get a haircut and don't wash their hair? Why are you filling my clippers up with snow?
Well, that's why I talk
Why I
about
gotta go
scalp
2
and
strokes,
hair.
brush, 2 strokes, brush. Why can't I just go through your damn head, nigga?
Because they're not washing their hair at home.
Another thing, hygiene. And y'all rock out with it. Do what you want with it. Fellas, this whole, especially in the summertime, wearing shoes with no sock shit, you niggas is gross.
Oh, hell no.
That whole shoes and no socks, bro. What? I'll donate. If you ran out, holla at Smitty. I got ankles, tubes, and slouch, and church. What you want?
You're supposed to wear a pair of clean socks every day with your clean underwears and get pedicures, like Braxton said. It's okay, man, for y'all to get pedicures, because if you don't have a woman at home to do it for y'all, you still got to get your toenails clean. You might as well get the cuticle done. Make them look nice. There's nothing, again, a man that has nice groomed feet, don't come and scratch my ass up on my sheets with your dragon feet. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't want a nigga that got them 2 bricks wrapped in sandpaper, Gracie?
No, not in my silk sheets. I'm sorry.
Well, Gracie,
No.
look, just all right. So, fellas, y'all can listen to Gracie if you want to. I get it. It's a thing now. And somehow or another, women have tricked y'all goofy asses into thinking sitting in that motherfucking chair having them Asian people scrub your shit is some cool shit. Nigga, no, it's not. What you do is, like most men do, okay? You do the best you can to take care of that shit. Nigga, get you a filer. Sit at the edge of your tub when you get done, or beforehand, whatever, dog.
I can't even get them to bathe. You want them to take care of their feet like that?
Going to the barber shop, I totally get that. I get a man going to, like, I don't know, waxing, if that's what you do. I don't know, that's weird to me. Y'all like sus. But I'm just saying.
Some men that don't want hair on their chest or their back, you know, there's guys that have hair on their back.
It's called clippers. Clippers. They got Wall, Oyster, Conair. I don't know.
Let me speak to the shoes with no socks thing, right?
Rock out. These are all yours.
If you hold on. If you do that, right, there is a way you can do that and it don't stink, right? If you can use foot powder inside.
I knew you was gonna say that Bama shit. No, it don't. All that do is turn into toe jam. It turns into black gunk.
No, it won't turn bad unless you're not properly washing your feet and your body, and you're not taking care of your shoes. You know
getting out the shower. It's summertime. You powder your feet, get dressed, go out. You come back. You got toe jam. I promise you, sir.
I'm telling you, there's a way that it can work and you can do it. There's a way you can work and you can do it. But a lot of dudes are not. They're not taking care of their feet, and they're not taking care of their shoes. They don't clean their shoes or their feet. That's on another topic for another day. But I mean, what I didn't say topic, but also, right? Y'all speaking to you know what I mean, when it just comes to just doing, you know, just the little small things, right? And listen, you need to have some shoes, right, that are for the outside and when you're running errands, and shoes that when you're throwing on, you're going somewhere nice. You know what I mean? Everybody should have that. Should have separate shoes for separate occasions. If you don't have separate shoes for separate occasions.
What if you can't afford that, Best? Not everybody can do that.
Huh?
Churches donate. Nigga, make it work. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, I'm just
being
asking.
given away by the truckload every day from corporations. Find it. Food drive, you name it. Find it. And if not, nigga, earn that five-finger discount. Earn that five-finger discount.
Models of dicks and get you like a 20 or 30, 40 pair of $40 pair of Nikes. No, they're not like the nice Ken Griffey, you know what I mean, Jordan type of Nikes. They're just some regular generic Nikes, but they're still Nike and they're comfortable. All right, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to have or some New Balances or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it can still be nice and trendy, but it may not be the $250 pair of sneakers. All right, if you can't afford it, then just get the bare minimum. It can still be a nice name brand sneaker and get the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to do. These things are not hard, but like I said, you're supposed to have shoes that are only there when you run errands, and also shoes that you actually wear when you're actually gonna go out. You know what I mean? And you can separate them. Now you gotta clean both of them. All right, you should still be cleaning both of them. You know what I mean? Your little runaround shoes, as they call them, your runaround shoes. I know you heard of that before, or maybe you haven't. Right? You have your runaround shoes, and then you have your shoes. You know what I mean? You got your gear where you like, all right, I'm throwing
Your
these on.
shoe, ladies and gentlemen, and your go around and your run around shoes.
Gear. Yeah, your gear. You know what I mean? Your special gear. And you know what? Sometimes your run around shoes can still be fire. Like they ain't gotta be dirty. You know what I mean? It's just that you know that these I'm just throwing these on just to throw them on. Like I gotta run somewhere real quick. I'm throwing them on.
But Bess, I'm just trying to get their bodies clean first. You see, you doing too much. You going ahead of me too. I'm just trying to teach them to get the bodies clean.
I gotta talk to him, Grace. I gotta talk to him. You know
I hear you. I want them to embrace all that shit because it does start. Do you think all of this starts from the house, from the home?
Yes. Okay. Yes, indeed. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. You know, and we always talk about cleaning like your private areas, like your private areas, right? Like it's essential. And the thing is that, you know what I mean? Like you said, what y'all eat in the morning, right? And even what you eat throughout the day, it will exfoliate through your skin. Here's another thing too: drinking alcohol, right? If you like to drink alcohol and you know you like to drink alcohol, right? Drink some water behind your drinks, right? And also carry some mints or some, you know what I mean? You know, they have like little fresh breath things. You know what I mean? No, I'm serious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bess is just trying to show y'all that there's no excuses for poor personal hygiene. There's just too much shit out there to make it work. And you guys, if you feel free, donate to the channel so I'll get care packages together for people who needs it. I don't mind doing that. Donate to the channel and we can get it together.
Now, worst come to worst, people. If you are just totally ass out, which I'm never going for that shit, nigga, because I've been there. And one thing, even when I was on my head out there, I ain't never smelled bad. I ain't never looked bad. I always found a way. Nigga, I got a membership at the gym just so I can shower, all of that shit. Like, you make it work. Do what you gotta do. But my whole thing is that, you know, when it comes to like cleaning yourself, believe it or not, it's like anything else that we do. Like getting ready for work. Most of us, we make sure, hey, you know what, bro? Yeah, I got to get up out of here, man. I got to get to work in the morning. So we gear ourselves to make sure we're not late for work. Why? Because work is important, right? You don't want to lose your job. Cool beans, okay? Follow me. Don't touch the radio. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to hygiene, treat that shit how you do your job, nigga. Look at it just as important, because it is. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't think it's important, let your ass be around me in public. You gonna hear about it.
So what do you say? What do you say? Hold on, Marcus. Before you go, let me ask this question. So what do you say to the people that?
Marco.
What do you say to the people? Because we got to touch all sides. People that can't afford, because personal hygiene products are very, very expensive.
I just don't know. I can't even comprehend that. I don't think you understand, Gracie. Like, listen, I you know, like I said, when I first came, I've told this story before. When I first came home from prison, like I was on my head. I was messed up. I literally was sleeping in the tent in the woods for like 7 or 8 months. So, you know, got things in gear. But my point is, and what I'm saying right now is that I don't see it. I don't see you having an excuse for smelling bad. Nigga, go hit up that motherfucking McDonald's bathroom early in the morning for everybody to get in there or something. Take your ass to the gym. I don't care. Nigga, go to the local creek. Fuck that. Find where the water's running. Don't get still water, because that's not good. Make sure the water's flowing. Do what you gotta do, bruh. Listen, worst come to worst, shit. Go get some lemons. Mix that bitch with water. Walk out the seeds. And wash yourself with that. Will you smell like pine sol? Yes. Yes, you will be walking pine sol. But at least you won't smell bad.
Braxton said, hit up the dollar store. Smitty, Braxton said, yeah.
It's all kinds of shit, bro. Like, I don't want to hear that, dog. You don't have a nail filer to clean your nails? Go pick a fucking stick from the tree. Trim that bitch and make it so it can file. Do what you gotta do, dog.
I hear you. Marcus, go ahead. What say you? What you got to say? Oh, and hold on. Braxton said hit up the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and Family Dollar.
Facts. Just don't get the laundry detergent. You will itch you will think you got fucking chicken pox. I'm telling you now. Don't get the laundry detergent, but rock out. Yeah, recap it, Marco. Recap it.
Polo. Shout out to everybody on the panel. I appreciate y'all.
How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing? Marco Polo. Yeah, I mean, like you got places that got clearance sections. There's budget. If you got budget issues, you can go to certain spots where they don't have the full size deodorant stick or they don't have the full size body wash, but they have like a mini kid size. Go on and buy yourself a couple of those. And if you don't shower daily, at least shower twice every other day. Something is better than nothing, especially if you live in an active life.
You cut out, Marco.
And then
you cut out.
I had made a comment earlier. When you're wiping, try kind of that it's kind of, what I'm saying. Just make sure you wipe overhand. Don't wipe underhand. You kind of
I'm really bad about reading comments.
Position. You know what I'm saying? Like wipe overhand. It's kind of like that moment where Bigfoot got caught on tape, and you're kind of like in a vulnerable position. Like sorry about that, but just wipe overhand. You know what I'm saying? And take the scrub hard. You know what I'm saying? Like take the time, brush your teeth like at least twice a day. Try to floss, mouthwash.
Use a washcloth. Washcloth.
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
It's very important.
Hey, listen.
I heard white people don't use them. I heard they go soap the body. Is that true? Or was that a myth?
I was not trying to bring that up.
You know I'm not the only one that's heard that shit.
Listen. I have experienced. Probably some of the people in the chat have experienced or heard of it. Well, I was out in the field when I was in the service. We had to use baby wipes because we couldn't have showers because we were out in the fields. Because we didn't have. So when you have the luxury of having a hot water and a shower, you make that shit count. You make sure your nails are trimmed. You make sure you're nice and clean and groomed. If you're gonna have a beard, make sure you trim it and clean it up because there's crumbs that collect up there. All y'all ladies with the snatch. Y'all make sure you're not collecting no prizes down there and collecting no debris or nothing like that. We don't want no particles or nothing like that. We don't want a Jack in the Box coming out and it's saying only in America. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want none of that. Yeah, we don't want that kind of stuff, all right? You'll make sure, hey, if it's VacuClean, just make sure it's good, produced, FDA approved. Watch out for that Summer's Eve because I heard that women can get, the yeast infection, So be careful if you're spraying that Summer's Eve down there because some of y'all ladies will do that shit and think it smells like, spring.
You gotta wash your pussy.
I don't like that shit though because when I put them chemicals down there and then when I go to have lunch or dinner, that shit tastes wrong.
pH
I like
balance.
natural. Don't add no additives to my shit. I don't want no hormones.
Never get over you getting over me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! All right, yo. All right, so when you about to go to work, right? Have your stuff coordinated in your closet, all right? Know what I mean? Separate your fabrics, okay? I don't care if it's winter, spring, or summertime, all right? Look, and listen. Please do not listen. If you wore a set of clothing the week before, okay? Do not wear that same set of clothing the week after, okay? You know what I mean? I'm a struggle streamer, so I'm going to have to say it again. All right? If you
wash it.
This is an awesome damn show. It is so sad.
That we actually have to have a show.
Talk about this, dog. Like, what is going on?
But that's because people don't talk about it. It's become a problem. If we would have nipped that shit in the bud sooner, it wouldn't have grown to this. But yeah, and that's what we do over here. We talk about the uncomfortable conversations.
I appreciate the loofahs. Buy loofahs.
This is a sad day.
You need to have at least 2 or 3 weeks.
This is a sad.
You need to have at least 2 or 3 weeks of clothing, but so you can be prepared for work. All right. You know what I mean? Even when I had like my t-shirts for summer, I would wear like 1 week of t-shirts or graphic tees. Then the next week, I'll wear another set. It'll be a whole different set of graphic tees. You know
what if a person doesn't have the money to have 2 weeks? 2 week sets of graphic tees, sir. They don't have a wash and dryer in their house to wash the clothes.
Time out. You can go to a yard. No, time out. You can go to yard sale.
You can go to a thrift store. I learned about thrifting.
You can go change the price. You can change the price tags. My dad taught me that trick. Allegedly, hypothetically, you can change the price tags.
Can we not? Can we not encourage?
Yo, we're not
illegal activities.
They're not. Hold on. They're not stealing. They're still paying. It's getting a clearance. You're getting a clearance price. You're getting a clearance price. All right. So no one is stealing nothing here. There's
Ladies and gentlemen, all the opinions and facts on this show does not reflect this.
Definitely reflect embrace the grace. Definitely embrace the grace. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
Respect. Average black man. Respect to you, brother. Somebody can pull that up for me. I'm not in my strength. You have to treat eating the cat like eating chitterlings. You can't eat everybody's because not everyone cleans it right. Damn, that is beautiful, sir. But I don't eat pork. I eat croaker and snapper. Wait, hold on, wait. That was not a good way to describe the Kuta tank. That was horrible. That was horrible.
Too late.
Damn, I missed that comment. That was good.
I get you though. Respect. What y'all got?
That is very
I
true.
agree with him. Not everybody's dishes is clean in their kitchen. You know? Everybody don't get that
dirty
treatment.
fingernails?
Oh, you're not going to finger me. Oh, excuse me, guys. I know it's getting graphic.
Infections happen.
Oh my
with
God.
dirty nails.
All that shit y'all say, cut your nails low.
No.
And all that shit.
And the skin
Cut
is
the
very
nails
thin
low.
down there. And if you scratch me down there, that shit hurts and it burns when I got to pee. That's another thing, guys. Shit. You ever thought about that? Your nails are long and then they're dirty and then you cut me down there when you're playing. I mean, we're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it real. I don't usually get this explicit, but with this topic, it's calling for it. And now you cut me and then I pee and it burns. And I got to wait to heal for 3, 4, 5 days. It's a paper cut.
On my behalf and hopefully the behalf of at least some men who feel this way, I've never really thought of that because I've never woken up with a Kuta tank. Yep, all Johnson.
I hear you, and that's what I'm here for. To educate my men and my brothers to become better for the women so they stop acting so raggedy. You know, because it's going to be with y'all. The only way the situation with the women gets better is if you guys do better. So I'm just letting y'all know shit that, you know, women need to know about men and what men need to know about women so we can all be better. And when we know better, we do better. Oh, that sounded like a commercial.
Stop spraying Glade down there. Stop spraying Glade down there.
I don't do Glade. What? I do this. It's
what?
It's FDS. Okay. So anyway,
why don't y'all do what my aunt
Summer's Eve?
You know what I'm saying? Get one of those tree car air fresheners. Duct tape that to your thigh, the inner thigh, like right there by it. You know what I'm saying?
And you're still gonna smell funk.
What?
That's a Band-Aid. No, you gotta wash. This is the most important tool that you can use.
I mean, but according to y'all, everybody can't afford to do it. But we got free fucking water everywhere.
Soap.
Hey,
soap and water.
I don't run through a car wash, Smitty. I run through a car wash.
Hold on.
Hey,
but you still gotta go in your school.
Time out. You can go to the forest, get a pine cone, go in that river, be like Wolverine and bathe in that shit, all right?
Get a pine cone.
I said that earlier, Marco. I said that earlier, dog. If you have to go to a creek and get running, flowing water, not still water.
Exactly. Go to one of those hot springs, because all y'all ladies like to go to a sauna. Get a personal, nature's made own sauna. Dip in that hot spring. Dip that pine cone. Get some of these pine leaves and get some lemon or some mint leaves or whatever. Throw it in there. You might get poison ivy, so don't confuse the two, because you might get an itch, then won't get your stitch.
You know what's wild that you say that, Marco? Speaking of saunas, I don't know about y'all. I don't know if anybody's ever done this. I did this one time for my basketball team. And when I tell you, I almost thought I was going blind. I took an ice bath one time in my life. And when I tell you, every nervous system in my body started twitching and going crazy. And then, I don't know, out of nowhere, I just shut down. So they pulled me out the tub and everything. And, you know, I never took one of those again. But from what I hear, ice baths, the reason why I brought it up, ice baths is one of those things that also can remove toxins from the body. Also, believe it or not, at night, some may not want to do this. I know it's going to sound weird, but it's a real thing. Get you a rag, a clean rag, and get you a little bit of apple cider vinegar, no bullshit, and rub it on the bottom of your foot, and it pulls out toxins.
Yeah. The other thing too, that's a benefit
like
to
that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there are so many different techniques and tricks that you can do to keep yourself fresh, keep yourself going. So only thing I gotta say is, if you're not considered 80% and up disabled, the nigga, you just got problems and you on some other shit, and you need to correct that shit, and you need to get it together. And that's the only way I'm gonna say it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to make it sound fluffy for you, because it's not. Because you know what? When your odor hits my nose, there's nothing fluffy about it. There's no Charmin bear landing on clean towels. None of that shit's taking place. All right? I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
Okay, well, guys.
I was just going to add real quick. The ice bath, it helps raise your testosterone too, and especially if you're living an active lifestyle. That's another benefit to therapeutic ice baths, especially like even if you don't work out, but you have a very active job, and you're constantly physically active, and you feel like you're sore and stuff. You take that a few hours after you're done working out or done with that active work. It helps your testosterone levels raise up, especially for us men, because we need a testosterone. Y'all ladies, y'all make sure you fix your pH balances. Stop buying that bullshit Summer's Eve. Make sure you start using actual stuff to scrub. Us men, we'll make sure that we don't, we got our own stuff. I've got the Terry Crews bullshit over there. We got our stuff, all right? Y'all always got your stuff. Just don't be trying to bathe with Charmin, little wipes and stuff, the dry, wipes and stuff. Don't use the Charmin stuff, all right? Be careful with that stuff. That's for clothes, not for the cooch. So, okay. If you want, try some hibiscus leaves, all right? Hibiscus leaves help too.
You know women that use dryer sheets, Marco?
I've seen some women use wipes that smell like, dryer sheets like that.
Interesting.
Okay, so Bess, go ahead. You guys are kind of like giving your final thoughts, which is good because that's where we're at. So what do you have to say about everything we've talked about today? Any more pointers? What we all need to know out here and embrace the grace so we can have good personal hygiene habits.
Thank you for watching the stream. Cold showers are available after the stream if you're hot and bothered. No, just make sure that you take care of your hygiene. It will affect you personally and business-wise as well, okay? Make sure things are in order so that you can be in order, and your life can be in order, okay? You know what I mean? You washing up with soap, you know what I mean? Listen. Washing up with soap daily or soap per day, you know what I mean, will make all your troubles go away. You know what I mean?
All righty then. I know that's right. All right, guys. So with that being said, these are going to be my final thoughts. Poor hygiene can definitely have a huge impact on relationships. It can affect attraction and physical intimacy. It affects our mental health. It's often the first sign of the start of mental issues such as depression, PTSD, and psychotic disorder. I knew that this subject was going to be a sensitive topic, and I knew that some things need to be said harsher than others, and talking to a person about this can be difficult, but this was a very important and necessary topic in conversation, because there are a lot of people that simply just don't know or care. And it can cause people to be isolated from other people. It affects the workplace, especially the workplace that handles food. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep it real. You'll get more head and be more happy and more relieved if it's good down there. So embrace a washcloth. Don't forget, guys. Just start off with this. Embrace a washcloth. Wash your hands. Wash your face. Wash your ass. Until the next time, pray and pray for each other. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for embracing me. It was an uncomfortable conversation for me as well, but it needed to be said. Queen Forever, I'm sorry I couldn't bring you up here. You caught the very end, but please make sure you come next Thursday at 8 p.m. I got a couple topics in the burner. I'm still trying to decide. And like Nalis just said here, hold on a second. It says here, salute to the podcast, Grace. This should be a good reminder to all. Thank you guys. Peace.